What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy flippinstoop. Hope you guys are rocking out your day, man. Having a blessed day, having a productive day. Always and foremost, production is the leader of everything. I'm going to make this video because, I'll tell you a short little bit that all my life I wasn't never that great at anything. All right, I talk about this because I feel like I'm not alone in the world, right? I feel like I got a story to tell, and I feel like this could help motivate you to get to your next level in reselling. I never been the greatest at anything in life. I never been the greatest friend. Never been the greatest person that held down a job. I was never that person in school that got straight A's. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for some of my teachers, I probably would have flunked right out. So I was never great at anything. But one thing I did realize about myself 4 years ago is, through hard work and discipline, what if I could become good at something? You ever think to yourself like that? What if you could become good at something and be successful in all aspects of life? Reselling, financially, family-oriented, everything. You guys, everybody's trying to get to one spot in life, right? When it comes to reselling, I don't want to get too deep, but the truth is, people are all looking for the answers on how to become successful in reselling. You have to work to the point where people think you're fucking crazy. I'm serious. You have to put enough discipline and energy into your reselling where people on the outside think you're fucking stupid for how much energy you're putting into it. And it shouldn't matter what anybody else thinks. But if you're putting in half-assed work, why? You guys, we're all blessed with one thing, and some people can't even use their hands. But those of us that can, you want to know the true answer to success on eBay? Look down at them right here. It's what you do with these on a daily basis. You see the people that are successful, that are selling $1 million worth of inventory a year. What the fuck is different about them, me, and you? Nada, man. Their heart's beating 4,000 beats per freaking hour too. Or 40 or whatever it is, right? Their blood's pumping through their body too. They're just putting these to work. It's all about putting these to work. There is never, and you guys hear me talking about, I study very successful people and how they got there, right? None of it came from, none of it. Not even the ones you think would have to be a genius to invent that, came from academically inclined. 8% of people that are successful that I follow, which is like Grant Cardone, who was a junkie for 20 years and now he's a multi-billionaire. People like this, Dan Pena, that is a 100 billionaire. He's just a ridiculous billionaire. That was a punk, wound up in jails, incarcerated, and then changed his life around when he went to the military. People like Gary Vee. None of these guys were like academic geniuses. So I think we get the wrong perception in life of, you're only going to go somewhere if you were a 4.0 student in school. Fucking bullshit. Now, I'm not telling you or your kids to drop out of school. I'm not telling you that by no means necessary. But anybody that you know that is very wealthy, or have ever seen on TV that is very wealthy, or homeless. Steve Harvey slept in his car for 3 years, lost his family, his wife. He come home to his family after he finally started making it. His wife left him with his kid. Nobody starts, guys, with all the answers. Nobody starts with the success. The only thing that any of these resellers can be really, truly pinpointing is the key to success on eBay is how hard you use these. How hard do you use these? And are you able to win the battle of your mind? Because your mind's going to tell you, you did enough today, just go lay down. Your mind's going to tell you a bunch of shit. You're never going to be able to make it, flippinstoop. You know how many times that message goes into my head a day? You can't get there, Justin. You can't get there. You've never got nowhere in life. It's those thoughts that hold all of us back from our full potential. Do you know why a millionaire becomes a millionaire? Because they believe they can achieve it. That's why. So if you don't believe you can achieve great success on eBay, what are you even fucking trying to get into it for? That's not me being a dick to part-time resellers. You know, there's a lot of people that are financially set. They just want to do something to, you know, maybe feel good about themselves or have a little fun with it or whatever. But the truth behind it is, I'm a firm believer. Don't half-ass anything in fucking life. My opinion is, if you're going to half-ass it, don't even attempt it. Because you're never going to get full gratitude out of anything you half-ass. If you half-ass in life, guess what happens? You get put on Suboxones and all kinds of antidepressants and all kinds of shit. Why? Because you know, deep down inside your soul, we all know, guys, in this group, we are capable of more. Well, what's holding us back? What are you fearful of? Now, I want you guys tonight to think about your fears. Some people, me included, are fearful of too much success. What are we going to do with it? How are we going to react when we're that successful? Who is it going to turn us into? Are we going to stay the same? Are we going to be able to handle it? Are we going to get back in our taxes? These are all thoughts that has came through my mind a million times. That's why I keep making these videos on here, guys, is I'm sharing my thought process. I said from the beginning of time when I created this channel that I was going to take you guys through the journey of what it takes to go from a reseller that starts with $20 to one day having $1 million in sales on eBay. And I am a far-fetched from $1 million. I gotta do what I'm doing times 10 to do $1 million in sales. But now that I look at that in the beginning, I had to do what I started to do 100 million times to ever sell $1 million in inventory. So I look back at it now, and what I'm doing now, I just got to multiply that by 10, and I can have $1 million in sales. Now that might seem very difficult because I'm putting in quite a bit of work, as you probably are too, sitting at home, right? You're probably putting it, or at your warehouse or your storage unit, or wherever you're doing it. Wherever you're doing it from, where you're doing it from does not matter, okay? It's what you're doing where you're at that matters. This is my whole reasoning. Again, another aspect of this content is, don't you just want to be happy and feel good about what you're doing in life? And when it really boils down to it, money is an object, okay? And money is a tool. You should not be possessed by money. If so, money is controlling you instead of you controlling your income. How do you control your income, Justin? Well, you realize that you're worth a certain dollar amount, and you'll do what it takes for you to get there. The slave to money is the 9-to-5er, right? And that's not me knocking anybody. I was a 9-to-5er for 25 years of my life. My fiance's a 9-to-5er right now, right? My mother's a 9-to-5er. Everybody in my family's a 9-to-5er but me, right? So I'm not knocking anybody by no chance. Why are you a slave to money? Because you got to have so much to live on, right? You do. All of us do. No home is free to live in unless somebody's hooking you up, right? No consumer bill is just going to pay itself. No petroleum is just going to accidentally wind up in your gas tank. No new tires is going to accidentally wind up on your car because they're bald. You hear what I'm saying? So like, you have to be, you become a slave to the hours that you're giving a company to make them wealthy so you can just get by. So what do we do at a 9-to-5, guys? Be honest. Be real honest with yourself. Now, there are rarities out there, right? But I was a hard laborer, okay? I admit that. But also, when I had the ability to sit down for a few minutes when the boss wasn't around, I did that. Why? Because I felt as if I was getting took advantage of. You're paying me $12 an hour to do you a $3,000 in profit in your pocket a day, rough. So you're going to pay me $10 an hour, right? 12, whatever I was making, right? That's not right. I always felt that in the back of my mind. Now, I know I'm not the only one out of this 2,500 people in this group that has had the thought of, this is all I'm valued at in life, right? This is it. It's $40,000 at this company. I'm putting 40,000 or 40 hours in a week at? Away from my loved ones that you can never ever buy your time back. Your time, between rich people and poor people, what rich people understand is your time is the most valuable asset that you have. There's nothing more valuable than the time that you have. Nothing more valuable. Nothing. Not a dollar amount, nothing. Because once that minute that went by a minute ago, you can never ever even buy that back if you wanted to. You can't get it back. So when you're trading your time that you can never get back in your life for $12 a fucking hour, that's not having much value in yourself. Most of us in the world, me included, don't know our true value. I don't know what my true value is, but I do believe I'm worth at least, I think everybody inside this group and inside the world is at least worth $50 an hour. Your time is at least worth $50 an hour. And you could definitely achieve that on eBay, guys. I'm here to tell you that right now. I'm here to tell you that right now. You could definitely achieve $50 an hour. Now, what company are you going to walk into today that's going to pay you $50 an hour? Now, is it going to happen tomorrow? No. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But if you work really hard on eBay with your hands that you were blessed with, maybe you don't got hands, but you got other techniques that get you there, right? I told you guys I watch a motivational speaker that has no legs, no arms. He's a beast, though. He went from losing all that, he had all that at once, and then he lost it all and went into depression. He said, I'm going to do something with myself still. And now he's a beast on YouTube. He's super good. But what I'm saying is, all of us have an option. We all haven't. I sat back today. I was out. I'll give you an example. I was out cleaning up the back area by the pond, and because I want to spend a lot more time with the grandkids and the kids this year back there. And I thought to myself, is the only reason we ain't any further than we are right now, guys, in reselling, is their lack there of effort with our hands. That's it. That is the only thing. That in your mind is the only thing standing in you and I's way of being as wealthy as you want. It's all out there. Everything you need is inside. Now, I'm not saying you don't need inventory, and you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Don't. But you know what? If you want it bad enough, you can find inventory. I've shared multiple ways of how we get inventory when we're flat broke. And have been flat broke. If there is a will deep enough within you and a want bad enough for you to succeed somewhere in life, you'll make it happen. You guys, I went with $0 and got us into an apartment within 2 weeks. Repainted the whole thing for the person. He said, move on in. So if you want something bad enough, goddamn it, you can achieve it. Taking you back to the beginning of this video, guys, I was not a great student. And then you heard me talk about my drug addictions and my alcohol addictions, right? Now, somebody that goes through all that, and I'm not blaming that on nothing. That was my choices, my bad decisions not to stick my nose in the boats and worry about what everybody else was doing in school, right? Opposed to myself. And then falling into the wrong crowd and choosing to do stupid shit. I totally not blaming that on anybody or anything but myself. But if I can go from that to putting these hands to work, making a full-time living right from my home, why can't you? Well, Justin, I got 3 kids, and I'm the only one. Wait till they go to bed, and when they go to bed, work. There's never an excuse that is good enough to hold you back from your full potential. Sometimes you got to be selfish. I hear a lot of people saying, I can't do this because I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this. And none of that is benefiting you whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying you take away from what you got to do for your kids to be selfish. Don't do that. But if you want it bad enough, you can make time for it. The biggest excuse I hear of anybody in life is, I just don't got the time. No, you're just, everybody, the only thing you have in life is time, because you ain't taking none of this shit with you. There ain't nothing in the world you're taking with you. The only thing you got is time. Right? So the second I hear somebody say, I don't got the time, you're just being lazy and you're making up excuses. You got plenty of fucking time. Everybody, I work 12 hours a day, so did I. It doesn't matter what circumstance you're in right now, you can dig yourself out of it. And eBay is a super awesome tool, guys, and platform where you can make all your dreams come true. You know, I always dreamt, right? I was a big dreamer. You know, this size of a house, I want to drive this kind of car. And oh my God, that person's so lucky they got a Harley Davidson. And now I look back and we are accumulating them things. Because I got to work and stop worrying about what everybody else had. And stop watching everybody else build their life. And start working on our life. That's all it takes, guys. All it takes is a different choice within your thoughts. Stop being a dreamer and go make it happen. I'm not telling you not to dream big and then go after it. But if you're just a dreamer and thinking one day it's going to fall into your lap, that's fucking insanity. It'll never, ever happen for you. Never. Never. Even for those of you that go and find some very wealthy individual and you marry them just for the income, people are like, nobody does that. Why do you think so many divorces happen? But a lot of that happens and you still can't be satisfied. That will never satisfy you deep down inside your soul where it matters. Never, because you will feel unused up. You never did anything to earn income the person you married had. Nothing. Yeah, you might have did something, but it had nothing to do with hard work and effort, right? So don't think that you have to be some brainiac to learn how to resell and be a beast at it. Just start getting to work. And this is one of the biggest things I had to learn, is don't worry about the failures that are going to come. Don't worry, because this is the biggest thing I did. Well, what if I get an item and it don't sell? What if I run out of money? If you think about all them what ifs all the time, you're never going to get started. That's why most people never get started in business in their life, right? They always just work for somebody. Because you don't have to worry about if the bulldozer breaks down when you're at work, because that's the boss's responsibility. If you just start getting to work, you'll be amazed on how much you can get accomplished, guys, in a 24-hour period. People say there's not enough time to get you there. All you have is time. Your results that you are getting right now in life is either because of what you're doing with your time or what you're not doing with your time. So you want to be successful at eBay? Put in the time. And put in the time before you get paid. Learn a very valuable skill. Work harder than you're getting paid for. And people will be like, you know why that sounds so backwards to everybody? Because most people are working a 9 to 5. And your company is saying, or the people you're around that works at the company is saying, hey man, don't break your fucking back. How many people heard this? Don't break your back for $12 an hour. There ain't a person in this video that, in this group or in his life, that ain't never heard an employee say that when you're overworking, right? Why are you working that hard, man? You're only making $12 an hour. Fuck them, man, if they don't like it. Go sit on the toilet for a half hour and take a break. How many people's done that? Think about it, guys. We are programmed that way. I worked my whole life for 25 years, and I've never, ever worked at one company that somebody did not say that. Or something very close to it. You know what I mean? Hey, don't make yourself bleed for this bullshit $14 an hour. But when you're working for yourself and trying to build something up for yourself, you should not be listening to thoughts like that. You should be saying, I will break my back. My feet will hurt by the end of the day. My hands will hurt by the end of the day from popping tags off of clothes. I never thought in a million years how dried out my hands would be from working in a basement and handling clothes. Sucks all the moisture right out of your hands. But the truth is, guys, is you have to reprogram the way you think from a 9 to 5 to being your own boss. You can't go into your day as, I'm not breaking my back for 3 sales a day. If you go in with that attitude, that's how many sales you're going to keep getting. You have to be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to turn that 3 into 6. And whatever it takes, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to take just 6 items I just made. You can increase your sales like that easily in a month. If you've been reselling for a little while, a couple months, 90 days, 30 days, you can double your sales in a month if you put the work in. The reason you're finding people saying that, hey, I've been reselling for a year and I can't get past 3 sales, you're not putting enough time into eBay. That is not me griping at you or telling. I'm just going to be the one that's honest with you and not sugarcoat shit. Put more effort into eBay. You cannot expect to get a full-time income doing part-time work. It's not going to fucking happen for you. That doesn't happen in life. These people you're seeing successful driving Lamborghinis, driving BMWs, driving whatever the fuck they're driving Teslas, these people you're seeing driving them and reselling, they're not showing you behind the scenes that they're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they're working until 10 o'clock at fucking night. They're not showing you that. Or they have 3 people doing it for them and they're out finding the items. They're not showing you that. You don't understand. Most of us don't understand what it really takes to get you to your dreams. That's why you'll never get there. Start writing down the shit that you want and being realistic with how much work you're going to have to put in to achieve that. Okay, you want to have what you always have? Put the same amount into your 9 to 5. That's why you're getting paid $14, $15 an hour. Right? Because that's what that company only values you at. So if you go into reselling with that same attitude, you're only going to make $14, $15 an hour. My advice, stay at your 9 to 5. It's easier. It's easier. Less stress for you. You don't have to be the boss. You don't have to be the one in charge. You don't have to be disciplined. You might have to be disciplined to roll out of bed, but you really don't, because you know if you don't get to your 9 to fucking 5, your bills and your kids are not going to fucking eat. Or your bills are not going to get paid. So don't say that takes discipline, because it doesn't. You're under pressure. You have to go to that office, because if you don't, you are fucked for the week. That's the truth. Now, when you're working for yourself, you might not have that pressure anymore. You're going to have to find motivation, and you're going to have to find something, a spark up under your ass that gets you going in the morning. And I'll tell you, the best spark to have is a fucking vision board and a dream of what you really want to achieve in life. I hear so many people saying, I just want to make it in life. Your fucking life sucks if that's all you want to do. Right? Yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if all you want to do is make your fucking bills meet, man, that's a shit fucking life. And I'll be the one to be the dickhead to say that. Think better and more of yourself than just getting your fucking bills paid. Everybody I've ever grown up in my life around, that's all they have ever wanted, was just their bills paid. And I see that shit, and it drives me nuts. Because they never got what they truly deserved. Because they never valued themselves enough to put in the work it takes. These people you are seeing like Gary Vee are working back shit amount of hours to get money like that. Okay? And they don't have, like, they didn't have friends for 20 years. They put the fucking work in. So if you really want a life like that, if you really want a high-end life, or to be able to have whatever you want in life, that money isn't an issue no more, you have to realize what it's going to take. It's not going to take a 9 to 5 to get you there. It's not going to. It's going to take you fucking working your motherfucking ass off. That's what it's going to take. So if you want to be a great, I'm telling you, these resellers that you're seeing that said, I made $5,000 on a Saturday, busted their goddamn ass for a year to achieve that. When I say busting their ass, they're putting 12 to 16 hour days in 7 days a week. Are you willing to do that to have what you want? And most people are not. That's just the truth. I hear Will Smith say, 99.9% of the people in the world are not willing to do what it takes to have the life that they want. And there's no truer statement out there. No truer statement. Right? Now, I'm not telling you not to be grateful for living every single day, but if you're grateful, you should be grateful for what you can accomplish as well. If you are seriously putting 120% into eBay every single day, you probably don't even have time to watch this video. You don't. Right? Just think long and hard about what you can achieve in life if you really go for it. You know what? Here's another thing that's going to happen. If you do decide to go all in, right? If you decide to go all in on eBay, and you got a bunch of friends, and you got a bunch of family you do stuff with all the time, they're going to look at you different within the next 6 months to a year, because you're not going to have time to do all that shit anymore. That's the truth behind reselling. Don't think this is a 2-hour gig and you make fucking $250,000 a year. It is not. Nothing are you going to make $250,000 a year working 2 hours a day. Nothing. I don't give a fuck what somebody just told you. I do not care. Now maybe if they've been doing it for 25 years and they're into real estate and they buy a fucking apartment complex in 2.5 hours or whatever, then yes, they make a shit ton of money. But they didn't get there in 2.5 hours. I'm telling you that now. So if you want a full-time gig on eBay, you want a full-time income, work full-time. Work full-time. Don't make up excuses. Don't be like, well, I'm going to be the one that only does half-ass work, and I'm going to show this motherfucker, because 6 months to a year down the road, you're going to say, fuck, you can't put in half-ass effort and get great results. You cannot. I don't care who you are. Yeah, I'll give you a very valid proof of that right now. Go buy a gym membership and go once or twice a week and see the results you get. You're going to get shit, piss poor fucking results. You're not going to get no results. From a week or two of exercise a week is actually better than none. But say, you know what? I want to look the best I ever have in my entire life, and I'm 40. Right? Of course, you're going to start slow. But if you go once a week, guess what's going to happen? You're never going to get there. You are never, ever, ever. You are trying to get somewhere that you'll never get by the effort you're putting in. And that's why most resellers don't make it, guys. It's because they're not willing to punt all their leisure shit and they're not willing to sacrifice their wants, their immediate wants now for their wants in the future. If you want to be great on eBay, put in the fucking work, man. Just put in the work. Quit making up excuses that your head hurts and your legs hurt and, oh, I gotta be hang out with my friends this weekend because that's all that life's about, right? I'm gonna tell you something at 40 years old right now. Those friends you think you got when you're 18 or 19, by the time you're 40, you'd be goddamn lucky if you ever have one of them. Don't waste all your energy on friends. I'm telling you. What's going to matter is what you build for you. Because nobody's going to build it for you. It's your boy Flippin' Soup. I hope you guys have a rockin' day.